to the outside. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown. FSU.
Snap in the give. It's Haynes running up the middle, hurtling into the end zone. Jamal Haynes, pay dirt for a second time today. Officially a 44-yard attempt. Booted up. It's tumbling. It's turning. It is good! At the horn! It ain't the luck of the Irish. It's the heart of the Jackets. And Georgia Tech knocks off number 10 Florida State. Final score, 24-21.
Georgia Tech controlling the line of scrimmage. Coach Key's been preaching it since he rolled back into town. The numbers do not lie. Right there, $190 on the ground running it and stopping the run. Last year, Georgia Tech had a hard time stopping anybody running the football. One game in, 98 total yards for Florida State, 58 in the opening drive, and after that, shut them down. It's all about strength and conditioning, Eric McLean. That's what I've always been told.
Come on.
You got your buddy over there.
My man.
AJ.
Appreciate you joining us, AJ. Director of Strength and Fitness here with these guys. I just want to know what all went into it, brother, because this summer it looks like a transformation with the guys. Can you give us kind of a 10,000-foot view?
It is the process of it, right? You train over 300 some odd days for possibly 12 opportunities, because you might get injured in spring ball, you might get injured X, Y, and Z. So how do you commit to the process, right? Everybody preaches culture. What is culture? It's the commitment level of these guys every single day. I think strength and conditioning is X's and O's of strength and conditioning. Pretty simple, man. It's pretty. The wheel will not be written about getting stronger, but it's about how you do it, how you implement it, how do you get stronger and go to practice, how do you get stronger and run, how do you do all that together. But right, these new kids, and you got to keep their attention span right locked in on the moment. So you always got to be changing scenery, changing the modalities, right, changing music to keep them locked in, because you're training for over 300 days, right, for possibly 12 opportunities. But how do they fall in love with the process of getting better, fall in love with the process, because the game's kind of take care of themselves if the process is correct.
AJ, the relationship between the head coach and the strength and conditioning guy really is paramount. I mean, everybody talks about that, whether it's be Georgia Tech or anywhere else. But when your head coach is a former offensive lineman and one of those guys like EMAC here wants to get down and dirty, I would think a guy in your position says, man, you are speaking my language.
Yeah, Coach Key, man, is about toughness and discipline, right? I was raised in a military family where toughness was preached and discipline was preached, so kind of the values kind of aligned. Me and him sat down in the interview process, everything kind of married up, hoping I get the opportunity to be the strength coach here. And ever since then, hit the ground running about a plan. It's kind of set in place. We meet about it. We talk almost every single day about the team's temperature, how we go about it. Are we doing too much? Are we doing too little? How do we take the old school principles, right, but approach it from a new school approach, right? So it's been great working with Coach Key and at Georgia Tech.
How about the thank you. We're figuring it out. Hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
How about strength and conditioning? I'm getting tired. You take the money.
How about those lines of scrimmage specifically? Because I think we all had a really nice idea of what the offensive line was going to look like. We saw the potential growth, but for them to battle the way that they did, was that something that you saw all summer, all fall camp?
Yes, it's the process, right? The process of coming in every single day, right, and creating that mentality, right, from Big Zeke Biggers to Jordan Williams to Joe Fusel to Weston Franklin, right? Those guys up front kind of set the tone, and right, you set the tone from January on out, right? Set the tone in the weight room, set the tone about how your group is going to be, right, and what your work ethic is going to be each and every day. Early on in the offseason, I trained offense, defense, right? So they got to bring it. They got to bring it every single day. So that tone was just set this January by those leaders who saw a little bit of success of last year, right? How do we build upon that, right, and get better and get stronger and be more in shape and kind of create a mentality, right, of just a tough, hard-nosed group that's going to come at you every single play.
Right. How about the defensive side? I'm going to let you hold it. How about
wait a minute, AJ, wait a minute. We don't need an EMAC.
We're paying.
We got a new talent over here.
Just the defensive side. Did you have to challenge? I mean, it was bad, right? Yep. Last year could not stop the run. That's just a fact of the matter. They come out and are dominating. I mean, they're pushing an offensive line back that we thought was going to be one of the best in the league as well. Did you have to inspire them extra? What was that like for you?
I think Byron Gerardo, she's a strength coach here. Byron played football, University of South Carolina, right? We're working together for quite a long time. Byron has a mentality of tough-nosed mentality, right? Show those guys what they need to get better at, right? And the new guys that we came in, right, they work their tail off, right, to instill that toughness and grit every single day. Everybody within the organization knew the defense wasn't up to the standard of what we want to be, right? So they went to work from the DBs to the linebackers to the D-line. Everybody went to work every single day with the mentality of we have to be better, right? Don't think about last year. We just have to be better every single day. Keep stacking days, right? And we kind of, you see the fruition on the field.
AJ, I have seen some strength and conditioning guys go absolutely certifiably nuts on game day on the sideline. What's your demeanor in a perfect world? Because I listen, guys are laying them out on the offensive and defensive line. You're sitting there going, yeah, that's my boys doing work. So what's the mindset for you on game day?
It's kind of go with the flow, right? Go with the flow. I never get too high, never get too low, right? The emotions of the game will take you up and bring you down. I'll try to stay even keel, but I will show excitement and joy, right, when things happen, because you don't know. I don't like fake juice, right? Fake juice, in my opinion, is the worst type of juice, right? Just let it naturally flow as the game goes, and you know what the guys need at that moment because you've been training them for so long. So you know if a guy needs a pep talk, you know if a guy needs a juice talk or a calm down talk. So it's kind of go with the flow of the game, see where the guys are at the moment, and try to help out kind of where fit in at that time.
You know, we just had Cal Eford stop by, and I asked him, I said, what point in time on game day does it click where you just turn into somebody different? And he said, you know, he gave us some thought. He said, yeah, probably 3-4 hours ahead of time. Yeah. And you just see it in his eyes. And you see this every week.
Linebackers are different. Linebackers are different.
Well, I mean, they are. So are offensive linemen. They're really different. When you see a guy like Eford, right, who just plays with such passion and ferocity, the work that goes in behind the scenes, then you see these guys go out there and do that. I mean, the satisfaction that you must get is just through the roof, right?
Yeah, because you see these guys putting in work every single day.
Right.
A guy like Cal Eford, right, who goes about his business, right, even kill every single day, right, pushing others around him, right, being a great teammate, bringing young guys along, right, and you see him have success. That's what makes the job fulfilling, right? The guys accomplish, right, their goals that they work so hard, to get to. That's kind of makes the job really fulfilling.
Is this a new facility over here? Are we doing that?
Yeah.
What will that bring to the table for Georgia Tech?
Some things going in that facility will be one of one in the country. I think that just helps us, right, add more tools, right, to our tool bag, right? What can we do, right, in conjunction with, right, with Emory, with sports science, with everything that we're trying to do, right, to affect performance, right? I think that new building adds value, right, to different areas, right, that other places may not have, and we can do it here, right, get technology, get different advanced metrics, right, to hopefully put a better product on the field, because they're always looking to get better, right, from last year to this year to next year, they're always looking to evolve because there's always somebody coming behind you trying to outdo you, always.
What's the next big thing in terms of strength and conditioning? Because there's always something coming around the corner.
I don't know the next big thing. I don't know what that is. It's right, AI, right? AI's coming out. You can ask AI different stuff about your technology, right? So something within the AI field probably is coming on the horizon, right? But now, how do you use that, right? But don't get away from the old school grit, the toughness, discipline, right, of your program, right? AI stuff is cool, but how do you still have a pulse on your team? How do you still do it, right? Looking the guys in the eye every single day, right? Don't always lean on the metric. Look at it, but your gut feeling will always tell you where to go.
I like it. Listen, keep up the great work. We appreciate you stopping by, giving a completely different perspective, even though EMAC's been bragging about you for weeks.
Checks in the mail for holding that, too.
Appreciate it.